Good afternoon. As far as today's PLEA session is concerned, so before this also, I had taken multiple sessions with PLEA, and most of those sessions were primarily, related to certain technical topics such as GST or any of the taxes. So more or less related to technical topics. Now, this time when I was discussing, we had a discussion with PLEA. We thought of helping you guys with something with regards to your systems. So now, first of all, I would like to know how many of you guys are actually practicing lawyers at the moment. So basically, all those people who will be billing to advocates, or all those students, if you can just let me know who are planning to get into practice once you are a lawyer. So, how many of you are lawyers? Can you just respond who are practicing at the moment? Just heads up, yes or no. That's it. Come on, guys, because this will help me how to lead the session accordingly. So, how many of you are practicing lawyers here? Okay. So, Divya, Nikhil, DJ, okay. So, guys, the session is pretty simple. I won't be scrolling through any of the technical slides or anything. It's more of like, on a practical front. Ki when you will be raising invoices for your customers to your clients, basically, and what are you doing currently? So you must be facing a lot of challenges right now. So I'm here to help you out with all those things, that what is the seamless and affordable solution which is available right now, considering today's AI edge. So obviously, I think Namit is saying that he's an app developer. So probably, from software perspective, anybody can take advantage of this scenario. So first of all, tell me how many of you guys are actually manually raising invoices. By manually, I meant कि Excel या फिर कोई just एक formats use करके Word में आप format बना दिया आपने invoice का. So what exactly you are using, or is anybody using Tally? I don't know. Anything is possible. So does any of you guys are using any software also? Nikhil is already using Zoho. That's great. Any other software which you guys are using, or are you using Excel or anything? Okay, manager.io. Okay, that's great. Okay. So basically, guys, when we raise invoice currently, so you say there are two things. See, if you all of you guys are having your own practice, then currently one of the scenario which is there in happening. So see, there are two sets of law firms. One is, the small and mid-size law firms, and there is another segment wherein, those are all big law firms or well-known law firms. Now, all these big law firms, they are already using various in-house softwares or softwares like SAP, or some of them might be using Salesforce, various high value. So you can see, all the CRM softwares or billing softwares, which are not at all affordable to a individual practitioner like us. So as a result of that, what's happening is that we are currently using Word, Excel, or any of these small softwares, and many of you guys are, we may not be even raising an invoice. Now, what typically happens is that, see, technically, when we represent any of our clients and we raise any invoice on them, so somewhere you can say that, that invoice or the document, the email which we do to them, it's kind of, represents the what is the value proposition which we have, and what is the scale of our practice. Now, currently, how many of you guys are sending invoices from your own email ID at the moment? Or are you guys sending invoices to your clients using WhatsApp? What's happening? How you are sending it? So are you typing an email that this is the invoice for so and so, case? You might be sending a WhatsApp. So right now what's happening is that using Word or any other software, you must be preparing one invoice, then manually sending that file to your client through WhatsApp or email. Uh, Apart from that, you must be sharing your probably GPay or your UPI QR code. You must have either included embedded it in your invoice, or you must be sending it separately on a WhatsApp. Now, technically, what if I tell you, if we could use Zoho? So basically, today we'll be primarily talking about Zoho books, and rather than just simply telling you which all things happen in Zoho, what I have done is that we have created a test case scenario specifically for lawyers. So basically, we have few law firms or individual practicing lawyers for whom we have set up Zoho system. So I'll be showing you a demo of a Zoho which has been specifically designed for a law firm or from law practice perspective, and which all things we can do. And obviously, see, Zoho has multiple things. So Zoho has even capabilities wherein it will take care of a law firm or any business which is having turnover more than 200 crores, 500 crores. But today, typically, I'll be focusing on only those features which are quite useful to individual practitioners and small or mid-sized legal firms so that you can understand that how we can project our value proposition. Now, typically, one thing which we need to know is that when we send an invoice using Excel, using Word, or any other software, now, one thing which simply happens is that the formatting, the customization. So, those are all simple, plain vanilla formats which we convert to a PDF and send it to them. It doesn't gives that corporate look. Okay, so it doesn't project you in a better manner. So today I'll be helping you guys that how we can send our invoices in quite a thoroughly professional manner so that the moment your invoice has been sent to your client, it should look professional. It should project that you have a separate accounting or finance team. So, that should be projected that you are not a sole entrepreneur, you are not a sole practitioner who is taking care of all the invoicing and everything. At least on record, it will be projected that everything is done through systems. It has been done in a professional manner by a separate team, and you are focusing only on their legal practice, only on their legal advice. So let's start with this. Before I start, do you guys face any specific challenges currently that you might say that the preparing in Word is taking it takes a lot of time, or it's a little difficult for you guys to send invoices to your clients. So any challenges, if you could either share it with me so that I'll try to address that as part of our session. Come on, anybody, do you have any specific challenges which you see that you are currently facing as part of invoicing? Okay, legal compliancing, invoicing, international clients. Okay, fair enough. Anything else? No automation, perfect. Anything else? Items as scope of work differs. How do you, of course, I'll address this. Anything else? Okay. So, of course, as and when if you come across any of your challenges, you can just drop in chat box. I'll move ahead with what we'll be using. The first thing is that I'll be showing you how to use Zoho Books to automate your invoicing, not only invoicing, but to automate your invoicing, to automate your receipts, or many of the times it must be happening that clients must be approaching you and they must be saying that, "Ki, yaar, mere ko, I'll be needing your assistance in so and so case." Now, after that, you must be either giving them a WhatsApp or verbally आपका होता रहेगा कि I'll be charging 50,000. If for this drafting I'll be charging 25,000. So I'll be even assisting with you कि Zoho को हम कैसे use करें even to send proposals. So proposals कैसे send करना है, then how to send invoice, how to send reminders. So all these things will be I'll be assisting you, of course, and few of the people are saying that all the advocates who are not having any sanad. So from GST perspective, yes, I'll help you out how to automate systems. Even from double entry accounting perspective, if Namit is asking, then yes, Zoho Books, whatever invoicing I'll be telling you right now, that will take care of your entire accounting, and you won't even know that you have done your accounting. So it's that simple. So I'll be assisting you with that entire setup, and that too, all these things into quite affordable cost, obviously. So probably all those people who must be spending at least few lakhs on accounting softwares to automate all these things, that is now easily feasible in few thousands, which we can easily afford. The cost won't be even more than 1,000 rupee per month. So you can say that even if you tomorrow keep an intern or any accounting intern, and so or if you must be spending right now 2 to 3 hours in a month on all this invoicing and everything, the time cost will be much more higher than all these things. So what I'll do, I'll be sharing my screen with you right now, and I'll scroll you through all the things which we can do. So quite briefly, we won't be discussing more than 30 minutes. I'll be showing you how to send proposals in a professional manner, in an automated manner to all your clients. I'll be showing you how to send those invoices, how that can be automated, how to receive payments. So I'll be even assisting you with how to integrate your invoices with your UPI ID or directly to your net banking. That is something I'll show you. How to send payment receipts. Once you receive payment from your clients, an automated receipt can also be sent to your clients that you have received so and so amount. So these are certain things. If somebody is not paying you after invoice, then how to automate reminders, how to send automatic reminders from Zoho. That is something I'll also show you. So so far good to go. Should I share my screen? Just hit yes or no. Should we go ahead with the actual demo? Great. So I think I'll share my screen with you guys. Now, first of all, let me tell you that Zoho books, when I'm telling you, uh, be rest assured that you don't need to have any accounting knowledge. You don't need to have any software or coding knowledge to implement this. And even if you want any assistance, then my team will be specifically there afterwards also to assist you with this. Now, this is a test instance which I have created. So first of all, two things. Zoho Books, the software which you guys can use for your invoicing and other stuff, is a web-based platform. So first of all, you don't need to install it anywhere on your laptop. You don't need to install it anywhere on your desktop. There is no need of any server or anything. It's a completely web-based, easily accessible software. It can also be easily accessed on your iPad. It can be accessed on your iPhone, Android phone, and all the things which we need on a regular basis, which we'll be discussing right now. It can be done even through phone. Of course, I'll be sharing my iPhone screen also, and I'll be showing you that how it looks and how you can do so from your iPhone itself. Now, first of all, at any point of time, you will be having an email user ID and password to access your Zoho account. There is also an option of two-factor authentication since these are all invoicing and finance related stuff. If you want to keep your Zoho account completely secure, even two-factor authentication can be enabled. The moment you log in, so right now I have created an instance of, let's say, a plea legal associate. This is a demo firm which I have created. Now, at an instance, you will always have a dashboard that how much amounts, how much funds are receivable from your clients, what are your monthly collections. So this is more of like an MIS report which you guys can have. To start with, the first thing which we do is we send quotations or we send proposals to our clients. Most of the times it will be verbal over call or during our meetings कि हम लोग देते रहेंगे कि ठीक है इस केस के लिए इतने फीस होंगे. Now इसमें बहुत सारी बार ऐसे कंफ्यूजन होते रहेगा कि नहीं आपने तो 25,000 बोला था, we might have told 50,000. So to avoid all this confusion, and we don't have time to write in all the emails every time. Okay, this is the scope of work. These are the fees. Of course, if you are doing that, that's the best thing. But if you are not doing that, then how to do it? First thing is there is something called as sending quotes on Zoho. Now, as all of you guys can see, as far as Zoho Books is concerned, there is an option of quotations or proposals. Now, as far as quotations are concerned, so let's say that tomorrow there is a new client which comes to you, and that client says that, I want I'll be needing your assistance on so and so thing. Now, let's say the name of that customer is Darshana. Now, you can simply select Darshana, the quote number, quote date, everything is automatically. You can actually add expiry date to a quote. So, for example, if today somebody approached you and you want to tell that client that, okay, this is my fees proposal. If you want to accept it till 25th. If you don't, then, I'll have to give you a revised proposal. Then let's say somebody asked me about items. So, first of all, in Zoho, you can create multiple items. So, if you want to create something like, somebody might say that I want to create drafting charges as an item. So you can create a drafting charges as a new item. So of course you can mention what's the standard cost and everything. All those things are easily possible. You can easily do this. So let's say I created a drafting charges. Now Darshana has approached you stating that she needs her assistance in drafting a will. So you can simply write additional narration, whatever you feel like, assistance in drafting of will of Darshana. You can mention the fees are, let's say, 50,000. And so basically, it's as simple as this. You need to mention the name of that customer. You can create predefined items. So it can be drafting charges, it can be, hearing charges, legal advisory charges, whatever you feel like. Those items can be created. You can mention the narration case specific, you can mention the amounts, and you can just simply add email IDs. So now you can say darshana1@gmail.com. This is the ID which we have added here. You need to just create this. The moment you click on save and send, you can see that, an email link. So basically, a screen has appeared wherein an email has been created. So the email says that quote number so and so, dear Darshana, thanks for contacting us. Your quote can be viewed, printed, downloaded in PDF. This is the quote amount. So it's simply speaking, what exactly happens is that this now you can see I have also added a logo. So you can of course add your logo, you can change these colors. We can help you out in changing these colors. Even this text can be changed. Tomorrow if you say that कि मैंने जो वहाँ पे नरेशन डाला हुआ है वो डिस्क्रिप्शन डाला हुआ है मुझे वो भी यहाँ पे चाहिए. So all those things can be customized. Subject can be customized. So right now I have just simply kept a subject as quote is awaiting your approval. You can simply mention that professional fee proposal is awaiting for your for your approval. Now I can simply write on. I can add email IDs also. So let's say I'm just adding my email ID right now. So, but you need to do that. The quote has been attached as a PDF and you need to click on send. That's it. Now, all of you guys can see. So, this is the quote with your firm name, logo, PLEA Legal and Associates, your entire address. Now, right now it's written as quote. We can rename it to proposal, fees proposal, whatever you feel like. That client's email ID, mobile number, address. So, there is something called as client master. You need to just create that. नाउ यू कैन सी कि मैंने वहां पे सिलेक्ट किया हुआ था ड्राफ्टिंग चार्जेस असिस्टेंस इन ड्राफ्टिंग ऑफ विल ऑफ मिस्टर. तो नाउ लेट्स कंसीडर दैट कि मैंने यहाँ पे दर्शना को इस क्लाइंट को दो दिए रहते थे. So if there would have been drafting charges, second number would have been legal assistance. The quote would have been there. If you give me your signature, a scanned copy, or your stamp, even that can be included here. And even this exact document will be sent over email to your client or along with this PDF attachment, along with that professional email. So first of all, you don't need to draft email every time. You don't need to train any of your staff to, write properly, grammatically correct things. Everything is predefined. Everything is automated. Or you just need to grab your iPad, iPhone, or your Android phone, fill in all these details. It's as good as simply doing a single data entry in any of the app. You do it, and this quotation or this peace proposal has been sent. Now, the moment this peace proposal has been sent, I'll show you how it appears in emails. So now all of you guys see this is the email ID which I shared. So you can see that I have received this email. I have a link that view quote. वो attachment आ चुकी है. If your client clicks on view quote, then your client will be redirected to a page stating that PLEA Legal Associates, your firm name, quotes, and he has been mentioned. It's this entire proposal is also mentioned here, and he just need to kind of accept it from here. So, are you guys clear about how to send proposals? Just let me know yes or no. Okay. So first scenario is sending fees proposals, which has been taken care of. Now let's say that I send this fees proposal to Darshana. Darshana says that okay, 50,000 is okay to me, and I want to go ahead. Tomorrow, so just to show, I can add multiple things. I can simply add a row. I can say that civil case ke liye, I have 10,000 rupees. I can say, this is just a mobilization advance. This is not a final invoice. The 10,000 is simply an advance. I can click save. Now you can see that there are two line items. Of course, this quantity column can be removed, colors can be changed, all those things can be done. So this is how you can send proposals through a simple online software. Second thing, once client gives you a confirmation, of course, this can also be sent over WhatsApp and everywhere. So you can simply generate a link also and share that with client. If you use app, then On app, you get a direct option to share it over WhatsApp. You can simply download PDF. So you can see, I downloaded a PDF, and yes, PDF is there along with, all the customizations which we have. So let's say now this client specifically accept this quotation. Once client accept this quotation, another option is that we can simply create an invoice. Now invoicing is as simple as this. You can say we just need to go to a customer. We can select a customer name, invoice number, and everything is auto-populated. You can say 18 Jan is the invoice date. Now you want that client should pay you within 15 days, or you can simply select a date that the client should pay me up to 10th of Feb, or you can say a client should pay me immediately. So whatever date as a due date you want to mention, again similar to quotes, you can simply select drafting charges. Again, you can mention drafting of will, you can mention 50,000. And if you want to add any of the notes, if you want to add even draft will copy or something. So tomorrow, you have concluded the drafting of will work, and you want to ensure that along with invoice, you want to even send a final draft of that will. You can even upload any of the files here simply from your computer. You can select the email IDs, and you can simply click on save and send. The moment you click on save and send, again, a customized template, predefined format can be defined along with a payment link. Invoice copy will be attached, and you can click on send. That's it. And you can see the invoice has been created with a logo, your firm name, the narration which you have mentioned. And one classic thing is that you don't need any integration with payment gateways or anything. You can simply enter your UPI ID. There is an option to configure it, and each and every invoice will come with a QR code, a UPI QR code. So right now you must be sending either your GPay number, your GPay UPI IDs to your clients. In this case, the invoice in itself will go along with this QR code. So they can simply, scan it and make the payment to you. And the moment they'll scan on this, the receipt will also be automatically fetched by, Zoho software. Of course, if you have ICICI or Kotak, so these are two, three banks which have direct integration with Zoho books. So even links directly from banking payment gateways can also be shared. So as you see, in the email itself, there is a link of pay now. So if clients clicks on this link, it will take, so the way while ordering from Zomato or any of the shopping website, it takes to a separate page wherein you enter the credit card number and everything. The similar thing can also be done from here. Another thing, now in this case, I created this invoice. Now, if you have given somebody a proposal, and so if you have given a quotation, then there is an option to convert this quote in itself to an invoice. So you don't even need to do any of the data entry. You just need to say that convert to invoice, and all the details and in quotes are automatically fetched in invoice. Of course, you can make necessary changes if you want and click on save and send. And even invoice can also be sent like this. So are we clear till here regarding quotes and invoices? Guys, you can just say yes or no. Okay, okay, that's great. Now, see, one thing is that all of you guys can observe from here is that, see, there are multiple formats available. Wherever required, we can even assist you. Now, this was a format, or this is a Zoho instance which we have created typically considering legal firms in mind. So a simple, minimalistic format which we have kept. Invoice will include your bank details, QR code, your stamp, signature, your logo. In fact, from international standard perspective, if you want to add any specific declarations on each and every invoice, so typically, we have certain caveats or disclaimers when typically as a consultants we raise certain invoices. So if you want to add that as a standard declaration in all invoices, even that can be done. Wherever GST is applicable, yes, GST will be automatically calculated. A GST compliant tax invoice will be sent through system. Tomorrow, if you want to raise any invoice to any of the international client in dollars, even that can be done. So as far as invoicing is concerned, you can simply use one single app or one single login, and you don't need to maintain records anywhere in Excel. You don't need to maintain any of the copies. Everything is stored on a web-based platform, of course, and even customer details. So let's say even tomorrow any new customer comes in, you can simply even select what is the business, what is the whether he is an individual. You can mention all his contact details if you want to maintain any of his details like PAN number, his address, or tomorrow you might feel that from a legal law perspective, in every customer or in every client, I want to add certain specific details ki like कौन से कोर्ट में है और किसने रेफर किया हुआ है इस क्लाइंट को. So even if you want to maintain all those records at client level, there is something called as custom fields. So you might say that in every client, I want to store 10 details. We can simply create 10 custom fields and those are stored in your system. Now, this can simply act as a database for all your clients. Tomorrow, if you want to approach them for something else, or if you might say that I want to keep a database of all my clients कि वो कौन से industry का है, it is from which company, what is his designation, where does he stay. So all those things can also be captured while raising an invoice. Now you will say tomorrow, uh, I have sent the invoice. Invoice send करने के बाद, simply the client has scanned that QR code or he has done an NEFT और उसने कुछ भी करके मुझे payment कर दिया. Now the moment he does a payment, so let's say कि if we integrate our banking with Zoho, and if he uses that link to make the payment, then even the receipt part. So you can say, there is something called as payment receipts. The moment your client makes payment to you through that link, Zoho will automatically create a payment receipt stating that कि through bank transfer मेरे को इतना इतना पैसा मिला from so and so client and it is for so and so invoice. If he has deducted any TDS, then even TDS will be captured in invoice. So at the end of the year, you don't even need to keep track of कि किसने मेरा TDS deduct किया. Your consultant must be reconciling things with 26S. So even that data is stored. So tomorrow, if somebody deducts your TDS and if he doesn't pay it to government, then you have all the records readily available in one system that TDS has been deducted, but actual में reflect नहीं हो रहा है मेरे portal पे. So receipting can also be done. Again, receipts can also be sent over email. You just need to click on send email. Of course, this email is automated, but even if you want to send something manually, this can be done. If you have any clients who are on retainer, so then there is something called as recurring invoices. You can even schedule invoices every month, that monthly retainer fees, so that you don't even need to send invoices manually every month. Every month or every quarter, whatever periodicity you decide, invoices will be sent through system itself. So basically, guys, you need to understand that this is as good as an AI working for you. So this system will technically, it's more of like a virtual assistant, a virtual accountant who is doing the job, who is taking care of your invoicing, who is taking care of your proposals, who is taking care of your receipting. So अगर आप client के perspective से सोचेंगे, then client will be getting a well formatted invoice in PDF over the email, a well formatted HTML email with all the details. So client ko the first impression which client gets is that this is not a small law firm. This is you are not an individual practitioner. You have a team, you have systems, and it reflects your professionalism. It reflects that how seamlessly. So all these invoices are of international standards. Any big law firms must be sending their invoices in this specific formats. So am I clear till here? Yes or no, guys?
Participants hope
Yeah.
you're saying yes.
Uh, Now, Namit, since as you are mentioning that looking for a system to incorporate all standard fields. So yes, Zoho, all these invoicing are compliant with all taxation laws from accounting principle perspectives, even international standards, because Zoho is not just a domestic software, but even an internationally accepted. So, you guys must have heard of QuickBooks. Now, Zoho is technically nowadays people are even internationally people are preferring Zoho as their accounting software, typically in Middle East, US, Canada, and and we all must be proud that it's an Indian product. So Zoho is an Indian company which is being used internationally, and obviously, even from your legal from your bar perspective, from your ethical perspective, if you want to incorporate something, yes, that can be easily taken care of at the time of implementation. So even the implementation, the initial implementation part is quite flexible, which can take care of most of the things. So I think now you guys know that how we can send proposals, how we can send invoices, how we can even send payment receipts. So I think these are the primary things which, we can say that these are required at any point of time. Apart from that, another challenge which we face is that, I think Namit is asking that problem appearing in Zoho is that the data has to be pushed there. Data containing is a regular requirement. See, to be frank, if you have a if you're using Zoho app, then it is as good as using a WhatsApp. The data entry which happens is only it happens only once. You need to create a client, his name, email ID, mobile number, address, and invoicing description. That's it. So even the items can be pre-configured. That if you want that drafting charges should have a standard narration, a standard description that can be incorporated in item level itself. So yes, obviously one time entering amount and client name is a data entry which will happen, but you don't have to struggle with writing an email. You don't have to struggle with formatting. You don't have to struggle with standardizing things. So those are certain things which are automated. Now, let's go to see in invoices. I have already shown you how we can send it across. Receipting is something. Now, in invoices, let's say that any of the customer has not paid you and you want to send a reminder. So there is an option of reminders. This is available on your app itself, even on app. You just need to click on reminders, send email. We can draft a standard template that so and so invoice is due, and you just need to click on send. If you don't want to do that, you know, there is even this reminders can be automated. So there is an option of automated reminders that in your Zoho, if you have any invoice for which due date has been expired or amount is due in next 5 days, then reminders can be configured. You don't even need to manually do it. Now that is something which is up to you that whether you want to send automated reminders or you want to send reminders manually. Now I'll just quickly show you, how it looks on your phone. How simple is that? Uh, is my screen visible with a phone?
Yes, sir.
Can yeah. So now so I'm just using it on iPhone. On Android, it's as simple as that. So there will be an app. You just need to click on that. Now you can say, first of all, I'll be getting a quick snapshot that how much amount is receivable. Then how much money I have received monthly, how are my collections. Of course, if you do accounting, if you even keep track of expenses, it will give you expense details also. How much is my bank balance? How much cash I have received? So these are certain things which are there. So let's say tomorrow any new client comes in. Just need to grab my phone. I just need to click on customers, add, and it will ask me whether it's an individual. Yes, it's an individual. I can simply say, okay, it's a doctor. So let's say Dr. Manohar. Let's say Manohar Kane. I can mention his email ID, whether invoicing is to be done, if it's an international client. So I just need to mention his email ID, mobile number, and click on save. The moment you do that, if you want to send a quote, there is an option of sending a quote. Now, whatever things I was showing you on web-based access, all those things are there. I can simply click here. I can say like the customer, I can say Gayatri Private Limited, let's say Darshana. Quote, I can simply mention, what all things. So whatever data entry I was doing there, I can add items. So, now items are configured. I can select drafting charges. I can add a narration, whatever I feel like. I can enter amount here. Just click on save and it's ready. I can simply save it. That's it. So it's as simple as that. My quote is ready. I can click on email quote, the same email which I was showing you right now. It can be sent. I can click on send. Email is sent. If client accepts it, I can mark it as accepted. Now you can say the quote is accepted. I can click on view PDF, print PDF. I can click on share PDF. So, I can simply click on WhatsApp or any app which I feel like using. It's going to be as simple as that. Even invoicing process is that simple. Just click on it, create any invoice. That's it. I think I just wanted to fairly show you how it looks on mobile. So I think quickly, what I wanted to tell you guys was that as far as our practice is concerned, so creating invoice in a specific standard format with all the customization, with specific colors, with specific formatting, with your own signature, stamp, having your standard QR code, linking it with your net banking or any of the payment gateways, sending reminders. So all these things will just involve one time single data entry. And even to do this, you don't need a person, you don't need any accounting knowledge of debit credit. You just simply need to know, if you're able to use WhatsApp, you can use Zoho. It's as simple as that. So I think this is how you can actually use automation, because right now what's happening is that as professionals, as legal professionals, typically what happens that if we spend more time in manually creating invoice or manually managing all the financial documents, it takes a lot of time. So rather we can spend this time on actual our core advisory, our knowledge upgradation, and all these AI tools, automation tools can be used to capitalize on that time which has been saved by those, apps or automations. And on the contrary, the clients will be feeling that you have a bigger team, you have a separate finance team, you have systems, you have a thoroughly professional approach. So, from client's front, there is the projection has been done in such a way that you are a professional firm, you are not a small time practitioner. So, my only request and advice to you guys is that we should capitalize on such tools. And all of you guys must be wondering that, this tools can, will cost me a bomb. But of course, it's not like that. Even if you go for a base plan, it won't cost you more than 1,000 rupees a month, and which will take care of all the features which I have shown you till date. In fact, more than that, it will even take care of your accounting. It will take care of fetching your bank statements. So even if you want to keep track of your expenses, it will automatically categorize your expenses. Kal jaake, you must be spending on Ola, Uber. Then system will automatically capture that this is an Uber expense, it is a traveling expense. So that can be taken care of. So probably my request to you guys is that you should capitalize on all these, softwares. Zoho can be very well implemented for your routine practice at quite a fractional cost of having an accountant or spending your manas on doing all these things. Data is maintained seamlessly and securely in a centralized software. So tomorrow, even if you want to share your sales or any of the details to your chartered accountant or to your tax consultant, that can be easily done. I think Namit is asking, can you show an international invoice with standard fields? Of course, I'll show you that, Namit, quickly. Namit, see, first of all, international and Indian format per se is not that different. But as you can see now, I just created this Gayatri Private Limited. Of course, it will be Gayatri Inc. or something or anything, Facebook Inc. you can mention. Now, this invoice will be raised specifically in dollar. So once this is sent, you can see that the amounts are mentioned in international dollars. Now, for this format, if you want to mention the Swift code or IFSC code, the whatever details are required, that can be included on international invoices. And apart from that, internationally, typically, if you feel that a domestic invoice and international invoice is different, first of all, according to my understanding, this invoice is more than sufficient to be sent to international clients. In spite of that, if you feel that no, for a particular country or for a particular client, they request that we need a few additional declarations or additional fields on invoice, then Zoho has a typical option to create multiple templates. So even you can have two separate invoicing templates, one for domestic clients and one for international clients. So basically, you can even have separate invoice formats in the same package, in the same license. You don't need to spend anything extra. Typically in most of the accounting softwares, all these customizations and everything need separate charges. But Zoho has multiple formats, and this can be formatted. So if you have any specific needs, Namit, that I want to get something mentioned on my invoice format, we can even assist you at the time of implementation on this front. I think nothing beyond this. Even I have a Zoho, a team member from head office itself. So Mr. Hari is there with me. So if you could just unmute Hari once.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this wonderful session, Shantanu, sir, Team Gracia. And it's a pleasure to connect with the distinguished group of legal professionals and other professionals here. And thank you for displaying how Zoho Finance application basically work, how you can automate your finance operation in a seamless and effective manner. Though this is what you have shown is the basic invoicing, and also this is just a tip of an iceberg. You can do lots
Correct.
more, right? So someone was asking about time tracking and billing. Yes, obviously it can be done. You can track the hours spent on a particular client and you can invoice them accordingly. Then sir also mentioned retainer invoice, advance collection of advance payment, and recurring invoice. Then we are GSP compliant as well, that is GST Suvidha provider. So you can push data directly to the GSTN portal. Then you can customize your invoice. Then last but not the least, integration with other Zoho Finance application. For example, sir mentioned Zoho Expense. So if you have junior lawyers who are going to, for example, if you have junior lawyers who are going to multiple courts and you need an advanced expense management application, you can integrate it with Zoho Books in one click, and everything that is passed on in expense will automatically show up in your books. So it's a full-fledged ecosystem that's out there. So
Thanks.
it's a wonderful session.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, so I think that's it, Malvika.
So I
There's
think
nothing.
so there are no questions. So participants, y'all can either also directly connect with sir on LinkedIn. So if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and
I'll share a link.
y'all can also ping us on WhatsApp, PLEA WhatsApp number, or contact us on the PLEA phone number. We'll share sir's details with you all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So, sir, can we conclude the session?
Yeah, we can.
Thank you, sir. We thank you for your support to our platform, and we really thank you for such an enlightening webinar. It is the need of the hour. So, very grateful to you for today's session.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.